GTV Network International presents The Woman of Influence, featuring Chief Lady Mrs. Grace Obiageli Amobi, Milioma Nezolora Neziowele, Anambra State, Nigeria.
She is worth more than gold.
Yes, welcome to The Woman of Influence, brought to you by GTV Network International. I am Dr. Gloria Izuke, and I have a woman of influence in the house. She is coming to talk to you about a very important virtues of life, and we will be going on a short break. When we return, you will meet our woman of influence for this week. Stay with us.
The Woman of Influence
is a woman with a vision, a woman with compassion, a woman of substance, beautiful, sophisticated, intelligent, talented, a caring mother, a dedicated wife, a career woman, a nation builder.
The Woman of Influence
Is a woman for positive change and initiative.
Hello, I am Dr. Gloria Izuke.
Join me on this station as I present to you issues concerning the women folk and the girl child on the program
The Woman of Influence.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is The Woman of Influence, brought to you by GTV Network International. I am your regular host. My name is Dr. Gloria Izuke, and I have Chief Lady Grace Obiageli Amobi, Milioma Nezolora of Eziowele. She is our woman of influence today. Thank you for joining us on the program, ma'am.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very good. Milioma Nezolora. Can I call you Milioma for short?
Please
Mama?
go ahead.
Yes, because I love that name.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Milioma Nezolora is going to turn 79 tomorrow, the 10th of August. She will be 79, and together with her family and friends, we are going to be celebrating this milestone achievement by having a birthday party at Igbo Catholic Community Center in Houston, Texas. It's a popular place, and we all know Igbo Catholic Community Center in Houston, 8250 Creek Bend Drive in Houston, Texas. So, ma'am, let me sing a birthday song for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Milioma. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the Woman of Influence. That's the special way that we have to welcome her and usher her into this program today. And beautiful, you look much younger than what I see on paper as your age. Oh my God, you are so amazing. Can you tell us what the secret is?
Good evening. Once again, I'm very, very happy to be with you. Privileged to be with you this evening. Just like you said, Chief Lady Grace Obiageli Amobi. 10th of August, I would be 79. And to God be all the glory. I am very grateful and thankful to God for life, giving me life and the strength and everything. And I really feel grateful to God for His kindness and His mercy.
Ma'am, can you tell us about yourself and how you have been able to influence people in the society?
All right, thank you very much. I started as a teacher and then became a guidance counselor. I taught in schools, and then I moved on into counseling, became a professional guidance counselor. And I did that for 18 years actually in the school system, and then I retired voluntarily and set up my own practice. I had a counseling clinic whereby I was really helping students academically, helping them, and also got into marriage counseling, career counseling, vocational counseling, and all that. I did that. I opened up this office in Aba. Then sometime 2009, I got an appointment by Governor, President His Excellency Governor P.H.D. gave me an appointment in Anambra State as a permanent board member, Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board. We were in charge of all the primary schools in Anambra State. And I would really say that we did our best. We tried to move the school system forward, supervised the teachers and the work they were doing, supervised the students, and really raised the standard of education in Anambra. Anybody who would remember would know that during the time of Governor P.H.D., that education came to us. Anambra were always first in everything. So it was really very good. Governor P.H.D. worked so hard to bring up Anambra State, and we that were in the school system also did our best. Everybody had to sit up. Teachers had to sit up. Students had to sit up. And that was what gave us all that rise, that we were always coming first in almost everything they were doing in Nigeria.
Okay, and you have a bachelor's degree in guidance and counseling, and a master's degree in guidance and counseling too.
I did education at University of Nigeria. Well, just like I told you, I was a teacher. I started really from down to up. I had my secondary school education. I had my Cambridge certificate because I was born in the north, and I went to one of the best secondary schools in the north, St. Louis Primary School. And then when I got married, I came down and I did my TC to teachers training certificate, and I did my national certificate in education, NCE, and then I had my first degree in education, and then I had my specialization, my master's in guidance and counseling. And then so I was really, whilst I was in the school system, I helped the children to guide them as far as their careers were concerned and everything. And then eventually when I left, I also opened up a counseling clinic. And that was where I was, and I was doing so well. That was where I was when Governor P.H.D. gave me that appointment. And that's why, because I was in Abia State, then Abia State, I had to move down to Anambra State in 2009 to take up that appointment, which I did. It was you had to. I had 4 years tenure. It was 4 years tenure, but I finished my first tenure. I was given another second chance to do the second tenure, and I did it. And then I had even a tenure extension again of 1 year. So I was actually in that school system for 9 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that is so awesome. We understand that you got the name Million Manis Laura. It's a traditional title that you got from His Royal Majesty, the Igwe of Eziowele, your town. So can you tell us more about that title?
Okay. Well, in my town, Eziowele, actually, I tried a lot to help the women. You see, I started as a president. I was a leader of the women group, even in the church, the Catholic Women Organization, Home and Abroad. I tried to make them understand, helped them to understand what life is all about. I took them for conventions. I took them for so many places for them to know how they can help themselves. We did a lot of work in the church. During my tenure as the president, we really did a lot in the church. And then later again, I was made the president general of Eziowele Improvement Union. I was the first president of Israel improvement, women's wing. There again, we did a lot of work. We brought changes that the men were very happy and proud of. Women, once they have trust in you, we did a lot of work, raised a lot of money that helped the men to do things that they could never have done. In fact, our Igwe even told me the first time we raised money and gave to them, they said that is the highest amount of money they have ever received.
Wow.
And they used that to start our civic center, you see. And I even composed our national anthem. I composed the song that I composed, Israeloma, Israeloma, Israelamaka. This song,
interesting.
yes, and this song was so good that the whole community now adopted this as our anthem.
Till date.
Till date.
Wow.
You see, and then we know that we said that it is good you join hands together and make the community a better place, and that is what really it was. So with the kind of work and the dedication I had and the love I had for my town, you see, the Igwe Michael Okonkwe to see now decided with the community that they were going to give me a title, that I was going to become a cabinet member on my own, because my husband was also a cabinet member, but this is on my own recognition and my own listing. And that was when they gave me
because of your achievement.
And it was in that they now gave me the title Milioma Nizulora.
Nizulora. Can you explain the meaning
that
of
is
Milioma?
Milioma is, call it the showers of blessings. Rains, when rainfall coming, and then it's just showers and pouring that pours on everybody and spreads the blessing around.
Wonderful. Yes. Milioma. I love that name.
Yes.
It has this catchy. There's this catchy thing about Milioma. No one can do without water. No. Mili means water,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
And so she has also come here to exhibit it. You can tell, you can see that she's truly Milioma Nezulora, and that's why we brought her as our woman of influence today. So, growing up, I'd like you to tell us what it was like growing up as a young girl compared to what we see from young girls, the present young girls. How can you compare it?
Oh, the comparison is so different. Growing up as a young girl, to start with, I was born in Kano State, the north.
Okay.
My parents lived in the north, and then I schooled in the north. I went to St. Louis Primary School, Catholic school in Kano, and then I went to one of the best secondary schools, St. Louis Secondary School. We have St. Louis sisters actually helped to bring us up. Apart from the training I got from my mother, who was a real disciplinarian and really knew how to take care of the children. The Reverend sisters also, I learned a lot from the Reverend sisters. They guided us very well. They guided us spiritually and all the same. Now, it's not the same. How we were then is different. We grew up differently from what we are seeing today. They tried to bring us up. Our morals were really something. Morals, you had to be of good behavior, even in school and at home. It's so different. What we're seeing this day is so different from how it was then in our own time. Honestly speaking, I don't even know how we can compare them. It's the children, yes, of those days were actually brought up in the love and fear of God, and decent in behavior, decent in dressing, decent in so many ways that is so different from what we see.
So what do you think? Where do you think we have missed it? And how do you think that things can be remedied?
Honestly, well, I think, we really have to start from the home. As parents, we have a lot of work to do with our children. Our children are our children. We as parents ought to know the right thing to do first and be the role model for our children. The way we behave will also help to guide our children. And then our children, when they don't go the right way, we should have the courage to correct them.
As a teacher and a professional guidance counselor, how would you counsel the present day young ladies, young girls?
I start by telling them actually what it is to be of good behavior, because children of these days will have this peer group influence. You see, they get distracted. You can't be trying to help your child or to help your child, but when she gets mixed up with other children, sometimes they tend to learn more from their peer groups than what you're telling them. But as a guidance counselor, I remember that some of the children that I actually guided, when they come to you, they come with some problems of what they have been told by their peer groups, and then you tell them, for instance, a girl may just want to misbehave, get pregnant. Some of her mates will tell her that you have to have a boyfriend, and if you don't have sex, it's going to be very difficult for you when you get married. You're really going to suffer. And they believe that, and they take that in because they just want to have them do what they have done. But then, you have to tell them it's not that true that you're going to get into problem when you get married. You see, so they get the kind of advice they get from their peer groups. You have to try and stop them. And also, even with their career, you see, some of them, they want to have their career, they want to do what they just want to do because other people are doing it. They're not checking on what they are capable of doing or what will give them joy and all. So these are all the types of guidance that you try to give to them, to help them out.
Very good. There's one pertinent issue that I'd really like you to touch on very quickly, and that's on the problem of divorce in the society. It's something that is very worrisome, and I'm wondering, as a guidance counselor, if there's anything that you have to say about that.
Actually, divorce currently in our society is really, just like you said, very worrisome. You see, marriage is good, but marriage has also its own problems. You see, the problem is this, that it's not all roses all the time. You have thorns. So we need to sacrifice. There has to be sacrifice on the part of the woman and sacrifice on the part of the man, you see. And then we have to learn to tolerate one another. And then and every family, every husband and wife have their own way of trying to get together. It's not right to compare marriages or to compare families. You have to build your own way of actually trying to keep your marriage, you see. And this day, the extent of divorce is so much and so worrisome and so painful. I'm really saying that actually we should try to be tolerant, to be patient with one another, to really love one another, just like we're even told in the Bible, the husband should love the wife and appreciate the wife. You see, when you appreciate your wife, when your wife is really doing something good, appreciate her. Some people don't appreciate their wives. Wives should respect their husbands, you see. And when you do these things and you have this, you just remember what they told us in Corinthians. That is, you have to have patience, you have to have that love, you have to really be able to tolerate one another. You see, no one person is perfect. So if you should have a forgiving spirit. If one offends you, anyone who offends should have the humility to apologize. There is no one who is too big to apologize to the other, you see. And then you also have a forgiving spirit to forgive. And then you keep you keep moving. So I don't think it's really the right thing. That is the extent to which people now divorce is very worrisome. And I think it's because of lack of patience, lack of you don't want to understand, you don't care to understand one another, you see, and then so that everything, things just keep moving like that. And look at the kind of instability. Some people, when you divorce, you don't think about the children that God has given you. You see, you don't think about the children, the kind of instability you're giving to these children and all that. So, quite honestly, I would say that it is truly and truly worrisome, and that, but you know that the most importantly, whatever we do, we must be prayerful.
Very good.
Put God first. Prayer helps in the family. You see, prayer helps, and will also help us to understand one another. So I think in whatever we do, if we put God first and we show that love and we show that respect and we are patient and we are forgiving, and I think things may be better actually.
Thank you very much, Milioma. Thanks for that wonderful word of
Your
advice.
last
Word for everybody that is watching right now, irrespective of gender. Can you talk to everybody and see how much you can influence them with your last word?
Yes, I really think that for each and every one of us, God created us for a purpose.
Yes.
And then God created us for a purpose, and it is really worthwhile that we should try and live for the purpose for which we were created. Try to add something to the society. Always think of what your country will do for you. What will you do for your country? How will you help to make this world a better place, to make this your country a better place, to make your town a better place. Let us just try our best and be kind of role models. You see, do things. That is, you always do things. Don't do things because you see others do, or do the wrong thing because this person is doing the wrong thing you want to join. No, always do the right thing, whether you are being seen or not, whether you are being looked at or not, you see. And once, if I sweep my house and keep it clean, and you sweep your house and keep it clean, each and every one of us, you see, we're going to have a clean society. And that clean society is going to be beneficial to everybody. So let us have this mindset of trying to be the best that we can be, and trying to impress positively, to do something that will really affect us positively and not negatively. So I think that each and every one of us will have a role to play to make the place a better place. Each and every one of us will have some role to play to make the society a better place. You do your best whether anybody is looking at you or not. Do the right thing, whether somebody is watching or not. Don't join others, join the bandwagon, let me follow them. If you cannot beat them, join them. That's not the best attitude. Let us try to make our country, especially I feel for Nigeria so much, let each and every one of us try to make this country that God so blessed us. There is nothing God has not given to Nigeria. So there is no reason why we should be suffering the way we are suffering. If you see something, say something. And act. Action is very, very important. Act so that you can always be the role model that other people will always imitate.
Thank you very much, Milioma. You see what I'm saying? These are words of wisdom, words coming from a mother, words coming from a guidance counselor, words coming from a woman of God. Thank you so much for watching The Woman of Influence. We have been talking with Chief Lady Mrs. Grace Obiageli Amobi, Milioma Nezulora, na Eziowele in Anambra State, Nigeria. She's going to be celebrating her birthday in a remarkable way, and a whole lot of Houstonians, friends and family, people from all walks of life will be there at Igbo Catholic Church Community Center, 8250 Creek Bend Drive, to celebrate this amazing, loving woman, Milioma Nezulora. She is going to rain showers of blessing to everyone that comes around on that day. So do feel free to come and celebrate. Put on your dancing shoes and to celebrate with our mother here. She is a woman of influence today, and I'm sure she has, in one way or the other, influenced you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. We feel blessed to have you on the program.
Thank you so much for
And
having me.
thank you. And I believe our viewer here have also benefited immensely by listening to your words of advice, your words of wisdom, as you have counseled everyone. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we have come to the end of the program. My name is Dr. Gloria Ezoke. I have been your host, and I look forward to bringing you another woman of influence next time. Till then, stay with us on this channel.
The woman of influence
Is a woman with a vision, a woman with compassion, a woman of substance, beautiful, sophisticated, intelligent, talented, a caring mother, a dedicated wife, a career woman, a nation builder.
The woman of influence
Is a woman for positive change and initiative.
Hello, I am Dr. Gloria Ezoke.
Join me on this station as I present to you issues concerning the women folk and the girl child on the program
The woman of influence.
like the moon and the sun. She is worth more than gold, like the stars in the sky. She is worth more than diamond. Woo! She is worth more than silver. Special kind of woman. Oh yeah, Imamaya.